Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to try and recreate the look that Lucia Pica created on Vittoria for the Holiday 2020 makeup campaign by Chanel. And I'm aiming for this look and we're going to see if I'm going to be successful or not. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy that you found me. Please consider subscribing and turn the notification bell on. I love talking about luxury, beauty and fragrances, and I would love if you could join our lovely beauty community. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a light base and I'm gonna be using the new reformulated Lip Beige foundation by Chanel because my skin feels a little bit dehydrated right now and I only want a light base that is going to even out the skin tone. And I'm going to be using one pump of this foundation and I'm going to be applying it with my favorite Chantecaille Buff and Blur brush. I'm just going to dot this foundation here and there, and this is a water-based foundation, so it's great for someone who has dehydrated skin like me. It's suitable for all skin types, but especially for someone like me who is suffering from dehydrated skin like I am right now, it's going to be great. And right now I have some allergy outbreak and my skin feels a little bit irritated and I have some signs of tiredness under my eyes. So this is a light coverage foundation that still allows your skin to show, and it has light coverage. It can be built up to a light medium coverage, but nothing more than that. And you can see that this foundation gives me very light coverage and skin-like finish. And now I'm going to be using the Chanel concealer in number 10. And I'm going to be using this a little bit under my eyes, just because my eyes have been looking very tired recently. And I'm also going to use the same concealer as an eyeshadow base because it's going to help the colors to appear more vibrant. You can use dedicated eyeshadow base if you want to, but I always prefer to use this concealer as an eyeshadow base. You can see that I really love this concealer. Since this is a look dedicated to Chanel's holiday makeup collection, I'm going to try and use as many Chanel products as I can. And Chanel recently reformulated their loose powder. I have a full review and I don't like the new reformulated version of this powder. So that's why I'm going to be using the next best thing that I really love. And this is their compact powder. It is a very light setting powder. And if you're like me and you didn't like the loose powder from Chanel, you can always go for this one. This one is very nice and it's suitable for all skin types. Even if you have dry skin, it is very, very light. Let me actually show you on my finger. It's barely visible, as you can see, but with my brush I can pick enough. And I'm only going to be using this powder to set my face a little, just on the center of my face, because I want to keep the whole complexion quite glowy. So I'm gently going to brush the powder on the center of my face. And I'm going to leave the rest of the face glowy. Next, for blush, I'm going to be using the new limited edition blush. And this is like somewhere in between blush and highlighter. I've seen some people use this as highlighter and it looks very beautiful if you have deeper skin tone. But for me, this works as a blush. So I'm going to apply this right here, high on my cheekbones. And then probably I'm going to apply a little bit more, but right now I'm going to be light-handed because I don't know. It's always best if you apply the blush last, usually, because that's how you know how much you need to apply. So you can probably see that this is not the perfect blush shade for me, so that's why I'm going to be diffusing it a little bit. I'm just using a clean beauty blender with a little bit of powder, because I think I applied a little bit too much, but we are going to see once the look is finished. It's just not the best blush for my skin tone. So this is something that you can do if you apply too much blush. You can just use a beauty blender with a little bit of powder and just go on top of the blush to diffuse the color a little bit. Okay, and moving on. I remember that when this product was released, it was supposed to be limited edition, but it turns out to be a favorite product for Lucia Pica. For me, personally, it's not exactly my favorite, but I'm going to be using it. And I'm just going to apply this on a very small brush. And right here, just to add some shine. So this is actually a fluffy crease brush, but I like using it for this highlighter specifically. So just use your brushes as you like. So I'm going to lightly fill my brows, and I think I don't have a Chanel brow product, so that's why I'm going to be using my favorite Dior brow pencil. I'm not big on brows, just fill them in a little bit. And now we are ready to move on to eyes. And for eyes, Lucia Pica used two of the limited edition mono eyeshadows. And one of them is my favorite, 927. And this is the beautiful copper rosy shade. She used this one in the crease, and all over the eyelid she used the gold shade. I usually like to use this shade all over my eyelid because it brings out the color of my eyes. But today I'm recreating her look, so I'm gonna be using 925 all over my eyelid. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna take this with a brush, and there is actually a demo video where a model recreates this look, and she's actually using the sponge applicators that come with this mono eyeshadows, but I usually don't use the sponge applicators. I prefer to use this brush. It's again by Chanel, and it's a double-ended brush. It's just my preference. I rarely actually use the sponge applicators that come with the Chanel's eyeshadows. I usually use the sponge applicators if I'm traveling because I find them handy when I travel. And they are very velvety, very smooth and very soft, so you can very successfully use them to create a look. So I'm applying this gold shade all over my eyelids and up to the crease. And also I'm focusing the color in the inner corners of the eyes and also a little bit on the lower inner corner, just to add some light. This is something that I love to do. I saw that Lucia Pica is using the same technique. So this is the gold color used all over my eyelids, and now it's time to move on to the crease and use 927, excuse me, 927, and I'm going to be using this color in the crease. And I saw that Lucia Pica actually used this color very lightly in the outer part of the crease just to add some definition, but the definition there is barely visible, so I'm not going to be using too much color. The look is actually very subtle, so I want to keep it as close as possible to her. And I'm just going to be using the other side of the brush with a tiny bit of color, and I'm going to blend to diffuse the copper red shade. Okay, and you can see that the color is barely there. It only adds a little bit of shadow, a little bit of definition and sculpting to the eye, but without being too obvious, which is something that I absolutely love about Chanel. And also this look only takes a few minutes to recreate. So now moving on to black liquid eyeliner, my favorite part. So this is a Chanel eyeliner, but it's not one of the new eyeliners. They recently released new eyeliners, but I don't have them, so I'm gonna be using this old Chanel eyeliner that I have, and it's black. And I'm gonna do my eyeliner and I'm going to be back. So here I have to be precise. Okay, so this is with the eyeliner and the mascara on, and for mascara I used Le Volume Stretch de Chanel, and this is not my favorite mascara by Chanel, but this is the one that I have right now. And now we are moving on to lips. I don't have the red lipstick that Lucia Pica used on Vittoria. It's very kind of a deep, dark red lipstick, but these are some of the reds that I have from Chanel. So they are not the same shade of red. I don't think that I have such dark red lipstick from Chanel, but usually I try to stay away from very dark red lipsticks because they tend to make my lips even smaller, and I have quite thin lips. So that's why these are the reds that I have. And now we are going to choose one of the red shades that I have. So let's take a closer look at them. And you know what? I'm actually tempted to use my Gucci red lipstick, which is one of my current favorites. And this is Luisa Red by Gucci. I think it's gonna look more beautiful. So, okay, so I think I like these two colors, and I'm gonna show them to you. This is one of the limited edition lipsticks that was released, I think, a couple of years back, and this is number 1, Rouge Allure. And I think this is going to be a beautiful red shade for this look. This is a classic red color that I absolutely love. I'm going to swatch it for you. But it's a lot paler than the lipstick that Lucia Pica used on Vittoria. And then another red that I like from Chanel is number 98. And this is probably my all-time favorite shade, red shade by Chanel. But it looks like it's even paler. So it looks like all of the reds that I have from Chanel are paler than the red shade that Lucia used on Vittoria. But this one I think is similar. And since this is my current favorite red lipstick, this is by Gucci, I think I'm gonna be using this one and I'm gonna swatch it for you. It's the most beautiful red color and I've been wearing this red color, mainly this color. So let me show you. It's a very well balanced, very beautiful, kind of a cherry red color. It's deep, it's nice, but at the same time, it's not the kind of red that makes my lips look smaller. And also this is a shade that makes the teeth appear whiter. Okay guys, and this is the finished look. I definitely like this red lipstick more than any other red lipstick that I have in my collection. I just love it. And I wanted to show you also the packaging. I think this is such a gorgeous piece by Gucci and it feels very comfortable. It feels really nice on the lips. So this is a very easy, simple and quick makeup look. It only takes, I think, probably 10 minutes to do it. The only tricky thing here is the black liquid eyeliner. But if you want to make the look even softer, you can just use a kohl pencil on your eyelids and just smudge it and massage it a little bit in the roots of the lashes. Or you can just skip the black eyeliner. It's all up to you. But I think this look is very classic and very beautiful. And it's exactly the kind of look that I like. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Was I successful recreating Lucia Pica's Holiday 2020 makeup look? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, bye!